Now I know what you're thinking. Josh, you are a busy man with many jobs that do not pay actual money. How can you find the time to keep working on Breathing Simulator? Well, it's not easy, but I do it because I like it. Um, I've just done two things which are rather interesting. And I will show you. I spent a little bit of time working on how the body binds together the organs. Also, I've worked on the way that the game handles his direction. When he moves, he looks in the way he's going, right? But if I hold down shift, he always looks at the mouse. So it's like, if you're like in shooting mode, if you're subscribing to PewDiePie, you can run down the corridor and you can always be aiming where you want to aim while having control of where you're going. I think I'm going to go with this kind of control scheme. Probably not the exact uh, measurements, the exact units and speeds and stuff that I'm using right now, but this kind of control scheme is the one that seems the most natural for this kind of top-down thing. But besides that, I've worked a little bit with the physics again. It needs a look at as I'm starting to integrate the jar stuff into a game world with things happening and not just a set of statics that are being simulated. I'm gonna have to make sure that everything stays as it is. Now, this ball is actually a highly dangerous explosive device, and when I click it, it's going to call a explode method on the dipstick, and the dipstick's limbs are going to disintegrate, and the organs are going to spill out and become items exactly like the cube is. So all the insides of the dipstick, which right now would be the glasses, which has an eye organ attached to it, the brain, which is the nexus of the player's interaction with the game, the mouth, which is also just a limb, so it doesn't have a render yet, the heart, which is a valuable organ, the lungs, and the stomach, which are also organs that have visible renderings in the game. So all these three and these two are both going to spill out when he explodes. And as an added bonus, on the abdomen, I've attached a jar that has 6 liters of blood in it, about 333 moles. For the sake of simplicity, I'm just saying that blood is the same as water, except it's red. And as an addition, I've gone through my script and I've made it so that chemicals have colors now, as opposed to just being represented as nothing and blue if it's a liquid. And the liquid determines its color by taking the different chemicals present and then adding together their colors based on the amount of mole that are in the liquid. So if you have a mixture of water and sewage and blood and in equal measure, you're going to get a nice kind of very very loosely transparent brown red. It'll be fantastic. But for the sake of this, there's only blood in them. So when I click the ball, he should explode. And let me pause it right there. Now the blood has spilled beautifully all throughout the hallway, right? And if we look up, oh my gosh, so much going on. It's like a beautiful movie. It's like a still. We got the slow camera going around the action. You can see all the different organs have now been placed into the open for. I'm probably going to have a different container for items, and they are also items, so they would have the glow and stuff if you were a different character. But you see the heart, stomach, lungs, the brain, and the eyes, which is represented by the visor. And when I put, because they're above the game map, they're actually outside the gravity well, and they'll continue to fly up forever. And since the brain is now outside the body, the camera is stuck to the brain, since that's the player controller. So if I unpause it, we'll fly up, and it's just beautiful. Right now, you could be playing Space Oddity as our brain flies infinitely up into the dark abyss. Thank you for watching this eighth developer diary, a breathing simulator.